part of the parabola section is graphing. So when we graph, we only need 3 points. So we're going to graph the vertex and then 2 points on each side. Now when you graph these in Alex, you will only actually need 2 points. You'll need the vertex and then 1 point on each side. But make sure that when you click on the conic section, you have to click your vertex point first. Then you have to click the direction that your graph needs to be, and then you click on your second point, okay, which I will post a video showing you that. But when we do it on paper, we're going to graph the vertex and then a point on each side. Okay. Now it is still important to know the direction. So when I look at 11, I know that it's going to be horizontal and it should be opening up since my A is positive. Okay. So vertex for this will be 3, -4. Okay. And then I'm just going to make a T-chart to hold my values. So 3, -4 goes in the middle. And then since x is in the parenthesis, that means that I'm going to pick the x value and we'll have to substitute it in to find its y. So I'm picking an x on each side of the vertex. So I'm going to pick 4 and 2. And then I'm just substituting that into the x and simplifying. So this will be 2 - 3 squared minus 4. So 2 - 3 is -1. And then -1 squared is +1. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 - 4 is -2. So 2, -2 is that point. And then I would go through that same process, but because our graph is symmetrical, we should end up with the same y value for this one. So 4 - 3 is 1, and then 1 squared is 1. 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 - 4 is still -2. So this will also be a -2. So this case should always happen as long as these are the same distance away. Okay. And then we're just going to make the U shape. So you do not need to worry about graphing the focus, the directrix, or the axis of symmetry. We are just graphing the U shape. Okay. Now the next one is horizontal, because that's x equals, and then it should be opening to the left since our A is negative. So this is my A, the K is on the inside, and then H. So our vertex is -1, -5. So when I make the T-chart for this one, because y is a 1 in parentheses, this time we are going to pick the y value. So I'm going to pick a number on either side. So this will be -4 and -6. And then because it's symmetrical, I only have to pick one of them. And I remember I'm plugging it into this one. So I'm going to just plug in the -4 since that's on top. So this will be -4 + 5 squared minus 1. So this will be 1 squared. So 1 squared is 1. And then I have to take it times this number in front. So this is going to be -1 - 1, which is -2. So we have to remember that those are going to be the x values this time. So when I graph, I'm going left 2 down 4, and then left 1 down 5, left 2 down 6. So again, my U shape is opening to the left. So go ahead and pause the video and see if you can graph 13 correctly. All right, so since it's x equals A is positive, this is going to open to the right, and then K is inside with y, H is on the outside. So that tells me that the vertex is going to be 3, -1. And 3, -1. So since y is in the parenthesis in our T-chart, we are going to pick the y value. Now, because I have a fraction this time instead of a whole number, I'm not just going to go 1 away. I'm going to go 2 away. And the reason for that is when I square it, then I should be able to get a number that's divisible by 4. You could also go 4 away. That would give you the same thing. And that's just going to make it easier to graph. So that means I am going to pick -3 and +1. And I'm just going to pick one to substitute in. So I'm going to choose the 1, and I'm just replacing the y. So this will be 1/4, 1 plus 1 squared plus 3. So 1 plus 1 is 2. And then 2 squared is 4. So 1/4 times 4. So 1/4 times 4 is 1. And then 1 plus 3 is 4. So that's going to be both of my x values since it's symmetrical. And again, when we are done graphing, we should have a U-shape opening to the right. So to graph my points, I'm going to the right 4, up 1, right 3, down 1, right 4, down 3. And then we're making that U-shape. And then that is going to conclude our parabola section.